going, S.O.U.L Nation? This is Thoughts on the Plantation. Peace. How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all families doing out there? So the thoughts we're going to build on today, I guess we'll start with one of the biggest topics musically in the hip-hop world, which is J. Cole's new album, The Off Season. Straight up, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 mics. I think it was good project, decent. Few songs up there I really like as far as beats and rhyme controls and everything, but there were songs up there that I really don't like as far as beats and rhymes. And then I don't like cats using auto-tune. That kills it for me. But he kicked some dope rhymes, the energy behind it. I mean, it's more like he was yelling, but I guess he's trying to make it hype, make his fans hype. His fans love it. So for this era, it's a classic album. Granted, that's what it's going to be. It's not a classic for me or whatnot, but for the era of hip-hop, pop culture, it's a classic album. He did say a lot of corny rhymes, though. Kelly, Nelly dilemma. There's so many shells on the ground that made the Easter Bunny proud. That was corny. Easter Bunny. You really used the Easter Bunny like in a rhyme, like it was a force of power or something. That was weak. Everybody was on that Mario line. I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. I just Cole with all the gun rhymes, trying to make it sound like, trying to make himself sound harder on the beat. It just always sound kind of played, But I think, my favorite song on the album is "Hung on Hillside." I really love that beat because of the sample that was used, and I'm going to use that sample myself. But we had a couple other jams. I know that people was "Pride is the Devil." People love that. Cole talks. That's in his lane, so I can feel why people like that so much. I like "Applying Pressure," the beat. I like the rhyme minus the auto tune. "Let Go of My Hand" was a good song. It's cool. That's a cool song. Like I said, there's a few songs that I do like, minus some of the issues of this era that people still use. But besides that, for the era, I give it a 3. That's pretty decent, Okay. And I was saying, situations like with who was that? Killer Priest has released a few projects this year that, I mean, hip hop heads are always on what is out, no matter if it's underground or mainstream. Hip hop heads are gonna know. It's only pop culture heads who don't know hip hop underground. But hip hop heads always know who's out because we pay attention to everything. We'll even check out what is supposed to be the new banger, and we'll check it out and see that it's garbage. But pop culture heads and people that just listen to mainstream hip hop or pop music, they don't dig for underground head music. They don't listen to it. So they miss out on a lot of being able to judge the standards of what's really, really dope or not. They don't really understand what's really, really dope. But nonetheless, they miss out on that. So I find that when we was talking about lines and rhymes and artists rhymes, see MC to MCs. When MCs talk to other MCs, and I put it like this: when MCs are on tracks and they're talking about themselves in the high esteem, and they're dissing everybody else under them, MCs are fine with that. But as soon as you talk to another person about another artist and their whack lines, people get all emotional, like, "Oh, why are you talking about them?" and da 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 da. And this goes back to the Cole album when he's mentioning if you're clowning a millionaire jokes on you, that's corny. That's really corny. So now you can't talk about what Bill Gates or Elon Musk or Bill Clinton or you know what I'm saying? Like anybody. You can't talk about a Donald Trump. You can't talk about Joe Biden. You can't talk about any of these people that millionaires or Jews or anything. You can't talk about any of that now because the joke's on you. Really? That's stupid. That's that same elitist talk that people have been talking for years. When somebody they see that's an entertainer do something really foolish, and they say, "Oh, well, he got the money, he can do whatever." No, that doesn't mean that's so. It's never been that way. And now y'all are trying to use that now through hip hop, and it's really whack that people do that. So I want to make that clear that that's garbage. And anyone that agrees with that, we know where your mindset is, and you're not even a millionaire. you're trying to think like that, but you're not a millionaire. You're not, and one thing is you're not a capitalist, so you don't move and shake anything. So these entrepreneurs who say they're doing this and they're doing that, I mean, everybody has their own business, and everybody take financial risks to make more money. So I know the difference between a capitalist and an entrepreneur. A capitalist controls resources. An entrepreneur doesn't. A capitalist is an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur is not a capitalist. Let's make that clear. Nonetheless, I don't care what you're doing. I just know that people get too emotionally caught up into entertainers. And that's really weak. You don't even know these people. I don't know these people personally, so I don't care about what they're doing with their families and what kind of cars you're driving out, what your blood pressure is. I don't care about that stuff, man. I just care about the art. That's all I care about is your rhymes and your beats. I don't care about nothing else when it comes to the art form. But yeah, pretty much that's it on that topic. And I think that I think we need to really take a look at ourselves when we're analyzing art. KRS is one of my favorite MCs of all time. He's still getting down. He's been the most consistent than anybody in the game. Anybody. I don't care what your opinions are, what you're talking about. KRS-One has been the most consistent through the years, and he's one of the oldest cats, still stomping cats. So y'all can say what you don't like about him. That's fine, because there's many tracks that he's done that I don't like. There's things that he's said that I don't like. But can you deny his career? No. Can you deny that he's flipped more styles than any MC you've ever heard? No, you can't. So, and that's for people that's listened to his projects, not y'all that haven't listened to his projects. If you haven't listened to him, then you can't say anything. And that's another thing. People in these debates, they come with opinions and their beliefs about artists, but they've never even listened to the artists. Never. They might listen to one or two songs and this and that. They haven't listened to all these albums, and they still forming opinions. That's whack. You gotta listen. You have to listen before you can form some belief and opinion about something. That's crazy. Just know you have to listen. Hip hop history is vital. I always say that. It's very important. Just like world history, just like regional history, geographical history, things of this nature. It's always vital. It's important to know. You got to have that knowledge to be able to talk about things. And another thing is, artists with a higher vocabulary who actually studies on a regular, they can see further than artists that don't study. You can't see as far as I can if you don't study. If you don't have the words to help you see more, then you can't see more because your vocabulary is limited. That's the truth. That's not a belief. But that's just a little something right there. I threw that in there just to let it be known as far far as hip hop is concerned. That's cool though. It's cool because I like to hear MCs with an immense vocabulary, man. Like I don't want to listen to guys that is always rat, cat, hat, bat, you know, and then all the other words with the itch. You know them words. That's all they use. So they don't really have a vocabulary like that. That's why most cats are so dumbed down in society. Most people are dumbed down because they don't study, and all they do is believe what people post on social media instead of taking it and researching it for themselves. You have to do that type. You have to do the research on your own. But yeah, I think that's about it for that. I just want to say this about the pandemic before I get off. Y'all notice how so many people are not working because they're collecting unemployment and stimulus checks. So they're not working. They're making more money than they were on their jobs. And then a lot of these companies are, raising wages so people can come into work. And then what's really wacky is there's people that have been working all this time and they haven't gotten a raise. That's crazy, yo. That's garbage, So I think that people need to make a big noise about that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Make a big noise about it. Where everybody that was supposed to be essential, that the government deemed essential, deserves raises. Deserves that, man. But yeah. So that's it for thoughts on the plantation for today. Y'all be good out there, man. The universe is revolutionary. Peace.